do these two first. Yeah, I may need to switch battery maintainers because for some reason, come on, the one that's in there likes to air out when this battery's not bad. Sweet. I'd say she's not running very good. This thing just needs to be driven, fixed and driven. It ran great last time I started it up, and I think it was colder. At least this one, it's gonna be my luck. This one's gonna do the same thing. Oh. Yeah, I put a few more miles on it. This one doesn't run bad. It just likes to start kind of hard. But, when you don't drive something every day, it'll do that. Alright, let's go do the building stuff now. Yeah, she's a little better now, revving it up. I'm starting to think it might have a vacuum leak, because it only does it at idle. Okay, I'm going to take the tender off this and move it to the building. Nothing but gas smell. I think it's loading itself up on gas, I think. It's terrible. Sounds like a freaking hot rod with a cam in it. It's smoothed out. I'm still going to move it though. Alright. Let's go down to the bridge. I like to do that in this car because obviously it's running good now, but you guys heard it smooth out on camera. Yeah, that was so weird. Give the brakes an exercise too. Tried to die there. Alright, I don't want to pause the video so I don't waste too much storage. Nothing but spinning up here because since it's a rear wheel drive car, but I got the fan on, she's running good now, so let's go. Let's let it run for a bit and start other things. Alright, I'm just going to move this thing out right away so it doesn't stink up the building too fast. 319,831 miles. You guys know my dad don't drive this in the winter and salt anymore, and I'm glad of that. It's 28 degrees in the building. I don't know why one mirror's folded in and the other one's not. I think this thing does that sometimes. Yeah, you can see the smoke. I like this thing because it starts up so good. It's fast. Yeah, but I got to do an update on blue because, yeah. Let's just go all the way back with this. Stupid mirrors. It's spinning on ice a little. Alright. Should be good there. Alright, the 93 Mark 8 is next. I'm going to turn the key on and let it air up first. and then I'll check the oil. Oil's good. I turn the key off to save a little bit of battery. There we go. A little noisy. 28 in this one too. All right, let's get her out. It took it a time or two to get it up there, but there we go. Let's go get the Bronco out. Guys, I'm going to switch phones just in case this one runs out of storage, because this is going to be a little while. I think the Bronco just talked to me. I'm glad you don't drive this in the winter either. Yep. Come on. Oh, you're... There we go. Yeah, it just needs a battery, I think. Ooh, that was a slow crank. Good thing it had the tender on it. Yeah, I'd say you should start bringing your fob inside. Hey, we got her going. I'll just leave it in there. Now it looks like it's time to start bringing the key fob in for this. Since the battery's dead on it. Alright, let's see how this one's going to do. Hasn't been started once since it's been in here. So let's see how it's going to do. Okay, I added a little coolant to it. And the oil is full where it needs to be, so let's start it. Like I said, it has not been started since it was parked in here, so I bet it'll start up fine, but you never know. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt getting it out of here though. Go for it. Oh yeah. Fuel injection is awesome. Alright, let's get her out of here. Alright, got her out without hitting anything. Alright, let's go get my grandpa's F-150 out. Before I do that, let's go give the LSC another quick shot, and then I'll probably park it and shut her down, and the Suburban. And since the Suburban's got a flat tire, I'll just shut this one down, and then I'll do warm starts on everything later. So long as the LSC has ran for a while, well, I'm glad I got to clean it out a little bit. That's usually what that car needs when it sits a while. So alright, let's get my grandpa's 150. I probably should, I'm not going to go on the highway with these because they're in salt, but the roads in Liberty Mills, they're not salted, so I'm just going to do a little drive in Liberty Mills with all these so they don't just sit here and idle. That's why I did that to the LSC, because the way it was loading up on fuel, yeah. We'll just start with the ones that I started in here first, which is the Super Duty. I'm going to put the 150 in my Mark 8 behind the Ranger, and then yeah, gotta have the tire up on my Mark 8. Pretty much everything was on a maintainer except for my dad's truck. Oil's good. I don't know why the dipstick's rusty, but yeah, oil's pretty dirty, so it definitely needs change, but there is oil for this thing. My grandpa bought oil. Alright, let's fire this thing up. It was sitting the same amount of time as my Ranger. I had to add a little antifreeze to this one as well. Alright, let's see how this one starts. It hasn't been this long without starting, so. Now it's all primed up. Let's go for it. Sweet. This one don't run the greatest, but it should once it gets warmed up. All right, guys, let's get her out of here. This one started up good, though. I'm gonna hold my foot on the accelerator a little bit until it smooths out. Sounds like the LSC a little bit did. Yeah, it needs the intake taken off, and it's getting smoother. There it is. It's smoothed out. I told you, once it gets warmed up a little bit, it runs a lot better. All right, we're getting closer. Actually, I'm just gonna go take those three for a little ride real quick, and we'll get those ones out. All right, let's go for it. I'm not gonna slam this one. Yes, I got my seatbelt on, just in case you guys are wondering. But all right, well, I'm gonna go around a few times with this, and we'll go get the blue Mark 8. All right, I got this one done. The blue Mark 8's next. All right, I'll show you guys where I went with the Bronco. It's like I said, I didn't get out of Liberty Mills because these roads aren't salted. The highways are salted big time, so, and that's all gravel hitting the. I just went on the second road here. And at this stop sign, I went right. And this car sounds good, so a little ice I spun on. And then the next road I turned right. And then went back onto First Street and went back to the house. So I didn't go far because, like I said, I'm not driving these on the highway with the salt. My dad would freaking have it with me. Well, he may not be happy that I did this, but at least they didn't just sit there and idle. Okay, let's get back and do the truck and then start the last three up and then drive the last six. You know, I figured I'd drive this truck last, even though it's been running the longest, but since diesels take longer to warm up and you can idle them a little more. Yeah, see, it's not even all the way warmed up. That's why I waited till, well, 7th to last, or however you say it. But all right, let's get this one done so I can start those three up and then drive the last six. I'm gonna go in the same exact roads that I went with the other two, so that way everything has equal amount of miles and drive time on it. All right, I'll see you guys when I'm ready to start the other three. All right, I gotta get my compressor to air the tire up on the Ranger and the Mark 8 for when I take those around, but got these three done. Now I'm gonna get my compressors, air the tire up on the Mark 8, and then we'll start those three. I know you guys absolutely love the building starts, and I talked to my dad the other day and he said I'm okay with it, so that's why I'm doing everything. So since it's not 17 degrees for the high, it's a lot nicer today than it was yesterday. So, all right, I might as well air the tire up on this. Let's go for it. I might as well clean all the dirt out of here while everything's out. I mean, because my dad likes to. Sweet. Well, I've decided I'm going to just go ahead and drive the Ranger in 150, and then I'll get back to those three. So that way I don't have too many things running at once. Considering I still got to drive this one. I'll air the other two up in a little bit. All right, let's go. I think the last vehicles I got to drive out just show the whole way. I could have done that on the other ones, but I wanted to save a little time. I'm just going to drive this one, the F-150 and Mark 8, and then the Comet and Ranger will be their own separate ones. So in the same video, but since those two are the classics and they both haven't ran for a while, the Ranger's been sitting in the building the longest, I figured they deserve a little more. I should have done that to all of them, but like I said, I wanted to save a little time. Does have good brakes. I think I'm just going to go in the field with this thing so I don't scatter vehicles around, because there's certain ones I have to go in first. So we'll just go back to here. Alright, we'll go drive the 150 now. Alright, I'll go over here. Good for this one. This one is doing a high idle because the temperature sensor is bad, so it thinks the motor's cold all the time. So see, it should be all the way warmed up, but it ain't. But it's still got heat. I'll show you guys it ain't steaming or overheating. It actually just started doing that the day we brought it here to park it. So it needs an oil pressure sensor, speed sensor, and temperature sensor. But yeah, plenty of pressure on the cooling system. It's not burning hot, so, and I added coolant, so it's not overheating. The temp sensor is just bad. It's common on these, so yeah, it's got 3 sensors that need change. But my grandpa bought this truck for a good deal. It's not perfect, so got blue LEDs that he wants in here. I'm going to put them in eventually. But all right, guys, let's go. All right, here we go. Get on it a little bit, not too much, since it's my grandpa's truck. Other than the running rough at cold, temperature not working, oil pressure bounces, sometimes the speedometer bouncing at like 50, this is a great truck. I bet you everything is pretty much original. I mean, there was things done to it, but with the mileage it's got, it probably hasn't had much done to it. The only thing that's not going to be blue is the turn signals, because that would look very goofy blue. Me and my dad came to the conclusion that blue turn signal lights on the Mark 8 wasn't very good. So you guys knew it used to have blue bulbs in it, but my dad didn't like them. So I think my grandpa will. I hope he does, because I don't think this will be a bad cluster to do, because this does not have a speedometer cable. So, well, you guys know I ripped the one out of my 95 cab, but that's at the time when I didn't know. Screws were everywhere. But this will bring me back when I start tearing this apart to put the LEDs in. Bring me back to the cab. I got to do an update on that thing. That thing's so rough. Sucks I ripped it apart like I did. Make sure no stuff falls off. I mean, it's speedometer don't really bounce until it gets to like 45, 50. This thing's got some pickup to it though. And this thing still has all the smog crap on it, and it just has all the crap on it that is not good, you know. Grandpa does want an exhaust at least. Alright, we're back. Remember, one more car to drive, and then let's go start the other two. Good long video. Okay with me. The only thing is, I should have used this phone the whole time because the LG's got crappy quality. But that's okay. At least the crap sound on the LG ain't the worst. Alright, Mark 8, and then let's do the last two. Alright, let's go for it. Yeah, I'm hoping to get this car going good. Get the problems that's wrong with it fixed as well. Gotta get in alignment again. And gotta get the windows fixed. Just gotta give this thing some love. So, but what do you expect for a car that sat in a driveway for 12 years? Things will eventually go wrong with it. You guys know them. Yeah, those are our geese. Fuel gauge run all the way up to full now, which it should stay at full because, yeah. Heard a little clunk still. Yeah, there's still some little clunks here and there on this, but the lower ball joints are changed now. I got some more expensive ones in there. The upper ones were still good, so at least those are changed. Hopefully in 2026 I can drive her a lot, and other vehicles. Hopefully I can get me a truck bought. I've made a couple videos on it when it was at Stein when I worked there. So, but you just can't predict anything, because things could go well, things could go absolutely south, and just you'd be completely screwed. So you never know how life's gonna go. 25 wasn't the greatest year, but it wasn't the worst in the world. But it's not too terribly bad now. I mean, everything's all right in the end. 25 wasn't the greatest year, I say, because mowing. We had 2 months worth of mowing that was skipped because of the drought we had. It just sucks. If any of you are in a lawn care business, you understand how I feel, and you guys understand how it is, and I understand how you guys feel as well. I have a lawn mowing business. It sucks because you can't always fully work when it rains, or other stuff like that. But things are meant to happen, I mean, nothing's meant to be perfect, and never will ever be perfect. And adulthood sucks when you get out of school. But, with me having the business job, and I do detail and get paid off of YouTube now, it does help a little bit. So I'm pretty blessed about all that. The details, you can't really detail when it's really cold out and crappy and snowy. So, alright, it's time for the last two. And then I can start cleaning up the building. I think first I'll go drive the Suburban, since I told you guys I would in this video. So I'm just going to use my LG and do a warm start on it. I'll use my LG for warm starts. So we go get my compression, do the other two tires that way, because I make sure to air them up even if they don't really need it when they're a little low. So, man, sounds empty in here now because all the vehicles are out. But all right, get the compressor to the other two tires of the Suburban, and we'll drive it real fast. Yep, like I told you guys, I decided to keep it for winter beater for next season, because I don't have the money to fix it now. So I'll get the 5 amp. My dad's 5 amp. That's my 5 amp. Okay. I'll get. There we go. Yeah, since the Suburban the body, it does have some rust on it. And yeah, I probably shouldn't drive it in the wintertime, but I have to say this. If you keep every vehicle that's not rusty and don't drive anything in the winter, then you really won't have anything to drive in the winter. If I want to quit driving the Navigator in the winter, I don't drive the black truck in the winter. And those two are in better shape than the Suburban. So, I mean, that one's not perfect because it's got leaks. I mean, the frame's solid, there's no rust on the rockers, but my dad used to drive it in the winter and plow with it. And it's kind of a beater anyways, it always has been. So that'd be the perfect one for it. Just because it does good through the snow, almost as good as the Navigators. So, why not? So, because I don't want to get rid of it. And if I don't drive it in the wintertime like it used to be, then I might as well not even drive anything in the wintertime and ride with my dad all the time. Yeah, he used to drive this in the winter, but you know, since it's a Texas truck, the frame is still nice and clean. My dad had the cab corners done and the rockers are going. He doesn't want to tear this thing up because that thing is a lot cheaper and a lot less expensive to fix than something like this. 6.7 diesel compared to a $1,599 Suburban with all sorts of leaks in the inside and rust in the back, except for the rockers and stuff. The frame is still solid, but I can POR that stuff. I mean, this is a beater. The paint's not perfect on it, so this would be good for winter. So it just needs quite a bit of money put into it though. With the steering and the whole front end has been kind of wore out. See, look how good the frame is. And my Navigator's actually got a cleaner frame than this, rust wise. The rockers are gone on it, but I'm tired of beating around my nice Lincoln Navigator. So I'm just gonna drive this in the winter when I get it fixed. It'll be a good winter beater. Because the interior is, it's not bad, but you guys, you know, carpet's stained, it stinks. Carpet needs ripped out and pressure washed. Needs leaks fixed. 227,000. It's got 7,000 more than my Navigator, but if this thing wasn't in Virginia, all these rockers wouldn't have anything left of them. So you guys may say it'd be too nice to drive in the winter, but I don't think it's as nice as the Lincoln Navigator, even though it's still a nice vehicle. But I'll think about it. If I do find, but that's what my Jeep's for too. My Jeep's going to be a winter beater as well. But for heavy snow, I need this. And I don't want to keep beating on my Navigator. So the Jeep and this will be my winter beaters. That's why I'm fixing the Jeep up really well and just working my butt off on it. So, because this and the Jeep will be winter beaters. No, and I won't drive this unless I have to. The Jeep's in bad shape too. Hoping we can beef the frame up a bit and fix the hole it's got on the floor. But all the money, all the stuff that's getting done to the Jeep, I really don't want to get rid of it. So this and the Jeep will hopefully be my 2026 winter beaters. So that's as long as everything goes good working. So yeah, I'm just going to POR the frame, POR the rockers so they don't start rusting real bad. So, alright, I'm going to do a warm start on this and then we'll get to the drive. Yeah, I'd still have my 99 F-150 if it wasn't super rusted out, because that was a really good winter beater. So I just can't get rid of this thing. As long as it's been around, I can't. I tried to make the decision, but you know, I'm one of those that have an emotional attachment with vehicles. So, and this one, I've been in this one since I was really little. So, That's why this one ain't going anywhere. My dad tried to tell me to get rid of it, and I tried to make myself, but I just can't. I just can't. So that's why this one's staying around. So yeah, I probably should get 5 gallons of fuel for it. I mean, I don't know if it's got a half in it, or because the fuel gauge don't really work, and I haven't put fuel in it since summer, and I put 50 bucks in it, and I've been running it quite a bit, so I'll probably do something. Well, I don't want to put my non-ethanol gas in there. I'll just go get 5 or 10 gallons of 87, because I don't feel comfortable driving this to town, even though I have once in the summer. But as much play is in the steering, as hard as it pulls to the left and steering wheel's to the right when it's straight, I don't want to risk it anymore. Bad tires that don't stay aired up, I'd rather not. So I'm just going to get 10 gallons of fuel, because this does have a big fuel tank. Shit, I'll just film the whole... Yeah, I love this thing, man. You know, when you go from... My dad's had this since like late 2012, early 13. And then my grandpa got it in like 15, I think, 2015. You know, he used to drive it here to Indiana quite a few times. And, you know, second generation now. I'm the third generation that has owned it. So I just can't let it go. You're in something when you're a little kid, and then when you actually have it now and drive it, it just feels super good. And it just, you know, thinking about it kind of may tear up a little bit, just because I used to ride this thing all the time and moved it around, and now I'm actually going to get to drive it. So that is the reason I can't let this go. I know sometimes you got to let things go, but, you know, I mean, I'm going to, for now, see how everything goes. If I have to get rid of something, I'll get rid of my Jeep. So, and the transmission problem on this thing has been, it fixed itself because it goes through the gears normal. See, it's not shifting too soon. It's going normal. So whatever the heck was wrong with it, it now fixed itself. See, look at the steering wheel. And if I let off, it pulls really hard to the left. So I just can't do it with crappy tires, and especially tires that don't stay aired up. I can't do it. I can't drive it to town to put fuel in it. I'm just going to put 10 gallons in this. I may actually do that today after I put all the vehicles in. I got to take Gassard back to the shop anywho, so, and I may just get 5 gallons for the LSC because it's getting a little low. So yeah, let's just get gas for stuff. See if I got enough fuel cans. Alright. Somebody coming, so. Yeah, that's why I like living in Liberty Mills, because if you start vehicles in the wintertime and you don't want to drive in the wintertime, and the salt, Liberty Mills roads aren't salted like the highways, and I don't even know if they're salted at all. So I just figured, it'd be perfect just taking them around a little bit, especially this one, since it doesn't get driven. I'm going to keep doing this more often to it. So, because it just runs great and better. So this thing's just a beast. So, and this one don't have any heater core leaks. This one's never had any heater core leaks. It's always had good heat. Let's give the brakes an exercise here. The speedometer is about 5-6 miles off, so yeah, if you guys say it was going almost 40, it was like 5 miles less than that. And these are bigger tires than what it calls for, so that's why I'm surprised it's as fast as it is. Let's spin the tires a little bit. Yeah, once I start sliding my rear end over, that's when I stop. Alright, well, I don't know where I'm going. I'll just put this I'll just back it up here. This thing is so smooth, man. Ever since I changed the parts I made at Spark, this thing's ran like better than I've ever heard it. So, yep, this thing is a good runner. So, all right. Now let's get the last two. We're up to almost 30 minutes, and it's going to be a little bit more with the LG video I made for the first 4 or 5 minutes. So, all right, this is the moment you all have been waiting for. Let's see how the two classics will start. Got all these ones started. LSC, Blue Mark 8, Bronco, green truck. Took them for rides. Oh! Need to do the splash, but I'm not doing that one until those two are done, because that one... You know what? Let's do that one now. I forgot all about the splash, because this one overheats if it stays running, which, since that happened when it was running for 2 hours, it overheated, and this engine is still fine. There's no puffy white smoke. There's nothing in the coolant. This thing's still strong. So, man, I forgot all about the splash. I can't believe it. All right, let's do this one, though, then, because I want to do the classics last. This one may have been sitting longer than those two. I don't think so, but I can't believe I forgot about it. Check the... And I bet you guys were about to scream at me, oh, you're going to forget the splash. And I passed it so many times, and I'm like, I need to do this one. That way, every single house vehicle will be out and driven. So, let's do this one. This one I ain't going to let run too long, though. Should still be okay on antifreeze. Oh, yeah. Radiator's full. That's got stuff in it. Need to get new ends. Alright, let's check the oil. It's good. I love the valve cover color. My dad's going to keep this one around because it's a fun little truck to drive. So, this is one he's never going to drive in the salt either, because it's not a bad shaped truck. And they're kind of rare. Yeah, oil needs change. We haven't changed the oil in this thing yet. That tells you guys how little we actually drove this. The over 3 years my dad had it. He started driving it more in the summertime. Doesn't get very good fuel mileage, but when you're having fun in one of these trucks, you don't really care about that. Especially when you got the 4.0 in there. You don't care. I didn't even prime it. I should have, but it started up good. Yeah, it's got a little tick in it, like the 4.0 tick when it first starts. Let it run for a bit. Like I said, I ain't gonna let it run too long because I don't want it to overheat. I'm glad this motor forgave me, but I'm not doing that ever again. So, there we go. Well, while that's running for a few minutes, I'm gonna go check the oil in the other two. That way they'll be good to go when I'm ready to fire them up. Everything's good on those two. Let's go drive the splash. This one's gonna be spinning a bunch. Since it's a really light pickup truck and the tires are up, it's gonna be stuck in its hole, I think, a bit. But at least it cranks fast now. There we go. It cranks fast though because I tightened the crap out of the cables, so. And this thing's never had battery issues. Alright, here we go. Let's see how see if she can even. Yeah, this thing spins easy. Since they don't have a topper back there, it's got a lot less weight on it than my Ranger, and my Ranger's extended cab. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, we made her. Let's turn this down a little bit so you guys can hear me and hear the truck. I still can't believe I forgot all about this thing. And of course, Gasser was already running today. I'm glad I remembered to do this one. I'll still do a separate warm start on it. This thing is fun to drive. I will give my dad that. I'll keep her in second gear since the speed limit here is 20. This truck goes pretty quick, pretty fast, so I'm not going to go up to third gear. The reason why this thing overheats because it needs a fan clutch. We're going to use the old one off of my 4.0 out of my Ranger. So at least when I don't have to buy one. And freaking, oh, wipe that off. There we go. Dad needs to get the floor patched here on this side. That side's perfect. That side don't have any rust on it at all. It's from people getting in there with wet feet and salt all over their boots. I don't know what carpet my dad's going to use in this, because the carpet that was in this, my dad's got it in the white Ranger. So I'll go to third. Let's go all the way down to the bridge. Go back to neutral. Sweet. It didn't even hardly start to warm up much. Like I said, I didn't want it to get too warm and start overheating. I learned my lesson on that. It wasn't very good one, but I'm glad it turned out to be fine. Alright. Yeah, look at all that ice. That'll be gone soon. I'll go second. That was second gear. All right, guys. Now we can go do the other two. Well, at least I got this one done. Comet shouldn't be too bad to start. The Ranger shouldn't be either because it's got EFI on it. I gotta give this thing quite a few pumps. Let's go. Oh, I gotta get the key out of the... Did I get it out of the trunk? Yep, my dad's got some pretty big plans on this thing for the winter. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. This one's being a pain in the butt. But again, it sat a while. Oh yeah! That's still not bad, didn't have to prime it. I love the way this thing cranks. I'll let it run for a bit before I start moving it because this thing usually dies. So hopefully it's got reverse. It did last time. There was a couple of times it didn't. So sounds great. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. I had to put one of the wipers on. One of the new wiper blades. Love it. Can't go wrong with that little lope of gas engine it's got. Alright, let's get her out of here. Don't want to let it run too long inside here. Fuel gauge, I think it's probably got about a quarter in it. It's kind of off when it gets to empty. Oh, it's going in reverse. There we go. And it looks like every vehicle's got a leak of some sort. Even my grandpa's truck. I know the Comet does. I think the Ranger still does. Actually, the Ranger does. My dad's market. Pretty much every vehicle, but my dad's green truck, Bronco, and I think that don't have leaks anymore either. Or I don't think it does. I don't know if I want to go that way or not. Because the ice, I don't know how this thing's going to do in the ice. See if it spins on this. Still a little cold. I don't think I'm on ice at the moment. Alright, let's get the 86 out. Alright, this one has been sitting here the longest. Those should be okay. Still smells good in here. I don't usually like to prime this one twice. Not bad. Yeah, it makes a big difference with fuel injection. Holley Sniper's pretty good in this thing most of the time. Not bad at all. Yeah, there's the Comet fleet. So, yeah. Nothing's perfect. Oh, yeah, this thing's got Shell Rotel T4 in there. We may switch it to Schaefer's. Listen at it. I love this thing. One nice thing about this one being last, I can actually turn it inside the building and turn it around. See if the lights are going to work. Oh yeah, they're working. Good old this one. Damn, we're up to 45 minutes almost. It's going to be a little more when I have these videos completely all in one. Well, you guys know what that face means. And you know what that means. I think you guys get what I am thinking. Long into the video, and we got the last building vehicle to do. I will tell you guys after we're done driving both of them. This thing doesn't take much to spin. I just hit the gas a bit and alright. Alrighty. I'll just tell you guys now, since I pretty much did all the building vehicles and did the vehicles all outside here, I figured I'll just do Gasser anyway and do my stepmom's escape and do the motorhome. Won't drive the motorhome though, but drive the other two. Huh? You know what? I'll just call it starting every single vehicle at my dad's house. So, this will be good. We'll just drive the Ranger first since it's over there. Actually, I might be able to go around with the Comet. I'm going to let them run a little longer. Actually, this one's starting to warm up already, so. Let's just turn the fan on. No power steering. So the camera light was on, but it's just a reflection from the steering wheel thing. I spun a little bit. Let me get a wider turn here. Nope, we ain't gonna make it. Hold on. Got it. This thing's not really spinning on the ice. Oh, I lied. Well, it's not quite making it up like the Ranger did. So I gotta back up. Probably ain't gonna be much better, but there we go, she did it. Yeah, freaking idiots are back. Let's just go for a ride in them now. But we'll take this one first. Yeah, I can fit through there without hitting those. Turn that on to keep it cool. Even though it's nice and cool outside. But since I'm not going very far, I won't really have much air going through it. I'm still going to back all the way up to the bridge. My dad took the mirror off. Alright. Let's go right here. Since there's no mirror. I'll look out. I got the rear view mirror, but no, I'm not looking at my phone. There we go. Go for it. Yeah. phones are a little more easier to handle. And I can pause with my, other than on Nikon I can pause, but it only does 29 minutes at a time. My dad did put a lot of miles on this thing, which I'm glad he did. I wish the Ranger would get more miles on it, but I can also drive that anytime. Ice. Oh, I like how the 10th mile counts down backwards. I think that's pretty cool. I've always thought it was neat. The 86 Ranger does that too, I think. I think it counts backwards. Not fast, but it's a good cruiser car. This inline 6 runs really, really, really well. Figured since you guys don't see videos on the 19 Escape hardly anymore, I'll do a little video of that. I ain't gonna let it run though, because it's, of course, my stepmom drives it every day. So, in Gasser, it's pretty much warm already. I'll still do warm start videos of everything after it's been running, but alrighty, time to drive that one now. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll just go right here with it. Just make room for the 86 to go by. There we go. Shut up. Dummies. Yeah, both fans are already on. Yeah, this thing didn't take long to warm up all the way. When it hits a certain temp, one fan will turn on, and then if it gets a little warmer, the other one will turn on. But it was good on antifreeze. I checked it. So yeah, as you see, they turned off now. First to second, this thing's harsh shifting, so that's why I go slow first to second. No, the speedometer ain't hooked up, but it ain't right anyways. Those gauges aren't hooked up at all, because you got those and you got those. There's the turn signals were working. It's a connection problem. The bulbs are LEDs that just got bad connection. Sometimes they both work, sometimes they don't. That one's working. That left one's always kind of had a problem in this truck, even when my dad used to drive it a long time ago. Sweet. Well, at least you got a tachometer on the Sniper system. Yeah, I should have did a fully drive video on all the vehicles, but like I said, I wanted to save a little bit of time since I had a lot of vehicles to do. And now I'm going to do the gas truck and then do the Escape. Even though the Gasser's been running today, the Escape hasn't been. This one's got to go in first. scrapes in the front. That was. I gotta go get my navigator later. Alright, this one will go in front of the door. Alright, let's go drive the other two, start the motorhome up, and then it'll be ready. Back it up a bit. Be ready to clean the building. Oops. Sweet. Alright guys, let's go get Gasser and then do the escape. Let's go. I have quite a few trucks in this video. I'm the only one here, so if you guys are wondering. Truck's been running good too. Oh yeah, turn signal's out. In the back left, I gotta either fix the connection or get a bulb put in it. And I know there's some people that don't like long videos, but there's also people that do. So the people that like the long videos I do, well, and if you guys like to watch it when you're sitting at home, this is the perfect one for you. You get a startup of every single vehicle. Unfortunately, I didn't record the whole entire drives for the all of them, but like I said, I had a lot of vehicles to do. I didn't want to waste a whole bunch of time on my phone, so. But yeah, I filmed a little bit of them anyways, but the rest of them, this one I may pause it pretty quick too, so I can, you know, get the escape going. But we're almost back, so. But I probably won't because I got the other classics done, so. I'm going to count how many vehicles we have and put that in the title. How many vehicles total here that I started and stuff. Alright, this one's done and over with. Oh. Yeah, this thing's freaking dirty. I may detail it again someday. 94,000 miles. I'll let it run for a minute or so. Oh, it's off good. Yeah, this thing's pretty dirty. This one's gonna ding if I don't put the seatbelt on, so. This thing still runs great. Does get good fuel mileage though. 26.5 average. Alright, let's go for it. Yeah, my stepmom's not good at cleaning her vehicle out. But some people are like that. It's alright. really should detail this thing. I haven't detailed this thing for like a year or two, something like that. It's been a while. I haven't detailed this thing in a couple years. But the hours she works, she don't really have time to clean it. I mean, she got the weekend, but she either has... She's usually just wore out from working all week, so she just likes to relax. So... that's alright. I probably should just detail it. It's going to take all day, but I got to start on it really early someday and spend a whole day on it and get her clean. So, especially since I'm a lot better at detailing than I was when I did it last. Let's see that turbo. This thing zips, man. It's a zippy little thing. There they are again. Move out of the way. I didn't run them over. They move out of the way quick. Alright guys, I think the motor home key may be inside of it. Yeah, this thing just needs cleaned. Okay guys, that's it for this one. Leave the fob in it. Alright, I think the motorhome key may be in it, so let's go fire it up. Buttholes. Well, it looks like it's time to play the game of where the hell did Lincoln Hip put the Dolphin 34D key. I'm always misplacing that somewhere. Not in here. Thought it was inside. Not there. Not in the ignition. I'll check inside, see if I, for some dumb reason, laid them down, but I don't think I left them. I don't think I left them in there. My dad very well could have hid them from me. You never know, because he has a tendency to do that sometimes if he doesn't want me starting anything. I'm just going to end the video on my phone for a while, and hopefully I'll look for him if I do get her started. It would have bit me if it was a snake. My dad put him there, and he's the one that shut it off last time. It would have bit me if it was a snake. I went inside and everything and looked, but there they are. Let's unplug the maintainer. I'll just unplug it from the wall. Since it's not too cold out, I'll just start it again. I'll just start it every nice day we freaking have, so. Alright, let's kick the last one off. I'm not going to drive it anywhere, I'm just going to start it. You know, let's get the... we'll just do an inside video, since I did an exhaust clip on it last time. I get that frozen water dumped out before it gets full all the way. Okay, I'm going to not talk and you guys can hear it start. That would have been a good exhaust clip. There it is. Yeah, I gotta dump all this out. Okay, there we go, guys. It's 32 degrees out right now. I would imagine it's got plenty of fuel in it. I'll just let it do a normal idle. No need to high idle it. Alright, the last one. Hope you guys enjoyed the long video on my channel. I enjoyed making it. We fired every single vehicle up in one video, and we don't do that very often. So everything in the building, these two, the two up there, and then the two back here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the very long video. I enjoyed making it, and hopefully we'll do this again in the spring or another nice day here in the winter time. As long as we don't get freaking snow, I can pull everything out and keep the building clean. So I'm gonna let that thing run for a half hour like I usually do. Keep all the fluids rolling and moving and warm. So I'm gonna get out of here and I'll do some warm starts real quick. And because it's gonna take me a little while to get the building cleaned up, so I'll just do warm starts real fast. And then, so that way I have a good little compilation startup for my Dash channel. So I want to quit talking, get that done, and hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Just make sure you don't put any rude stuff, but if you do, haters, you know, I mean, haters gotta type something too, because they usually don't have anything better to do. So come on, haters, say what you want. I don't care. I really don't. I just laugh at every single one of them. So all right, I'm gonna get the little compilation done, then I'll do it on this when it's warmed up. But that's it for this video.